Good evening and thank you for joining us as we recap the year that was for local sports. Now it's safe to say Lloydminster is a sports city. Night in and night out, fans flock to arenas, the college gym, to the fields or the ball diamonds to cheer on our local athletes. Now over the next half hour, we'll be sitting with some coaches to get a first-hand recap of their seasons. We begin with the Lloydminster Bobcats. After it was announced last year that Lloydminster was going to be hosts of the 2016 RBC Cup, team preparations got underway. And now that we are only a few months away from it, it's been hectic, as Gord Thibodeau and his coaching staff have worked around the clock trying to ice the perfect roster to win it all. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Gord Thibodeau, coach, GM of the Lloydminster Bobcats, and of course, this is your second year with the team, but this year has been absolutely crazy for you. From over a year ago when they announced the RBC Cup, you guys have been so busy, so hectic. So far, how has it been in the first few months of the season being behind the bench and kind of the main coaching role?
It's, you know what, it's as you mentioned, it's been hectic. More so than any other year I've coached. It just seems like there's so many things that you're trying to accomplish and get done, and that's both on and off the ice. So it's been difficult, but you know what? It's what we expected, I guess. And we're fortunate to have Gary here. He's gone through the RBC before and knows that there's a lot of work involved and has been eager to pick up some of that slack. But it's certainly not something you could do by yourself. We have a very confident staff, and you know, between Malcolm in the front office and Gary and Chris Weed, we're fortunate that you know, we're able to spread the work around, and thank God, because otherwise it would just be too much for one person.
You guys have been so busy so far, probably the busiest team in the AJHL. 1.5 trades in 1 week or a week and a half.
Yeah.
So how has it been trying to balance both of those things?
Well, the tough part has been, you know, we never intended to have 5 trades in 1 week, and we didn't want to be the busiest team. But circumstance sometimes dictates that, and you know, it's been one of those years where there's not a lot of teams lining up to help us. You know, it's not like guys are phoning us saying, hey, do you want our best player? So we're searching high and low. We're trying to find talent everywhere. It's something we said at the start, and we knew that we had to get better. We liked our team at the start, and we had a great, you know, first 2 months. But this is about where we're going to be in May. We feel that we still need to improve. We're getting there. The results may not show, but we like what we're formulating here, and with a couple more little tweaks, we think that we're going to be there.
Is this kind of where you want to see yourself?
This is very close to where we expected to be. I think this little string of injuries lately has put us in maybe a tougher spot than we expected. For us to close out the first half, it's difficult, you know, when you're short bodies, so that may have an effect on the record. In terms of the style of game we're playing, no, we're not happy. We expected that we'd be, you know, a bit more consistent than we've shown.
All right, so if we have to pick a team MVP so far, you know, roughly a little more than 1/3 into the season, who would you pick?
Okay, and I can't pick like Chris Weeb, a coach, no?
No, it has to be someone on the ice.
Alex Leclerc would be, I think, the hands-down MVP of this team. He's been the key for us right from day one. So Alex, in my mind, I mean, there's been a lot of great performances. But consistency-wise, he's been there virtually every night that he's played, so I would say Alex is.
What are you hoping to get out of your boys in the second half of the season?
Well, I think the second half's going to be, we're getting closer to the dream, which is once you get in the second half, you're playing for playoffs, and now it's starting to become more important each and every day. That Royal Bank Cup is getting closer. I expect our excitement level is going to increase tenfold in the second half. And I want us to make sure that we're ready for a long playoff run so that we can have the experience necessary to have success May 14th to the 22nd.
Well, coming up, high school football was lights out again. Stay tuned.